Hello, I'm a guy that likes to talk about music, and today I want to talk about a song from David Allan Coe, the country singer, outlaw country, who passed away. And I wanted to talk about a song of his that's not too well known. It's called Castles in the Sand. It's his Bob Dylan song. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's a tribute to Bob Dylan, and yet he sings it in a way where it could sound like a satire or spoof of Dylan. Bobby, do you know what I mean? He did this song on an album called Castles in the Sand. It's one he released in 1983, I think, or around that time. That's the album that had the song The Ride on it. I was talking about that song before. I have another channel where I have fun talking about 80s music. And yeah, I had a Navy buddy. We were on the ship together, and he really liked David Allan Coe. And he bought this tape and was blown away by The Ride. And so he wanted me to hear this song that he had discovered. It gave me goosebumps. And it wound up giving me goosebumps too, by the way. But there was another song that he wanted me to hear uh, because he was wondering, what the heck is he singing about? What is this song about? Luckily, he had a friend like me who was a big Dylan fan. And I heard him sing it. I heard that song for about 2 or 3 seconds, and I immediately recognized what he was doing. I've seen your face in magazines, and it's about Bob Dylan. Really? Yeah. It's kind of a weird song, really, because I bet at least half the people who listened to that album didn't understand that song at all. What if you're a country music fan who didn't have a friend who was a Dylan fan? Would you have known it? What the heck was going on in this song? Because I mean, first there's the lyrics which sounded confusing, but also people have to wonder, why is he singing so weird? Why is he singing like that? I've seen your face in magazines, or however he did it. Like I said, at first it could sound like a spoof or parody of Dylan, which has been done before. Simon and Garfunkel did theirs. I can't remember the title of it though. And Steelers Mill, that song "Stuck in the Middle with You," at least began as a Dylan spoof. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Yeah, that one. However, it was obviously a song written by a man who loved Dylan. And on that album, right after this song, he did a cover of "Gotta Serve Somebody." Yeah, that was one of Dylan's Christian rock songs when he did his Christian and gospel stuff. And Coe turned it into, a fast-paced gospel song. Yeah, I know Coe has a reputation of, I don't know uh, if it's true or not about how racist he was, but you listen to him sing "Gotta Serve Somebody." He doesn't have a problem with black gospel music or having black women sing on his record. So anyway, yeah, I remember my buddy, the David Allan Coe fan. We would sometimes cruise around in his pickup truck, drink some beer, and listen to some good country music. And I was a big Dylan fan at the time, so I was pretty excited about hearing that "Castles in the Sand" song, along with another song he did. On another album, Coe did a song called "Willie Whalen and Me." It was a song about the outlaw country sound, like, Willie and Waylon, as well as the country rock sound. He mentions the Eagles and the Byrds and the Burrito Brothers. But in another verse, he sang about the changing sound of rock in the '60s. He's got lines in there about the Beatles and the Stones and Dylan. And so that part really caught my attention. But we couldn't figure out what that line was. The line was actually, Dylan would write poetry. But but at the time we couldn't figure out what the heck he was singing at first. Dylan would write for a tree, but I couldn't remember any songs he sang about trees. And my buddy suggested, well, maybe it was Dylan was right for a tree. Well, what would that mean? Maybe he wanted to hang him. Yeah, to which I, of course, said, what would that mean? He wants to hang him. Why? Country folk hating hippie folk, I guess. And so they wanted to lynch him. I don't know. But no, it was Dylan would write poetry. Yeah, I know that David Allan Coe had a bad reputation, but I don't feel like getting into all that right now. Maybe later. Plus, I'm running out of time here. I just wanted to talk about a song that's not too well known, for anyone who might be interested in it. And I'd like to talk a little bit more about David Allan Coe and the song, but I'll have to do that later. Right now, I've got a real job I've got to get ready for. Do you know what I mean?